Over the weekend, news broke the city of Minneapolis was planning to hire 6 social media influencers to combat misinformation during Derek Chauvin's upcoming trial. The city's neighborhood and community relations department proposed paying them each $2,000, but this morning, the director pulled the plug.
While I believe in and support the intention of this recommendation, we have seen that the impact has caused harm in our communities, and for that I am sorry.
Rubador said the intent was to share information about the trial, along with street closures and transit changes, with people who don't rely on traditional media. Some community groups told KARE 11 they don't trust the city to be truthful and that the money could be better spent elsewhere.
This was never about trying to persuade or change public opinion about any particular message, but it was about getting important information out quickly and in an equitable way.
Hours later, an update from multiple agencies on Operation Safety Net, their plan to protect people and property during the trial. From role-playing scenarios to regular meetings with activists, they also said expect to see more barriers and fencing.
Remember the property destruction, remember the violence, remember the challenges that prevented people from coming and expressing their First Amendment rights.
The Department of Public Safety also saying there are no imminent, credible local threats to the trial as of today. Jennifer Hoff, KARE 11 News.
Well, despite getting rid of its social media influencers, the city of Minneapolis says it is working with 70 neighborhood organizations to keep people updated. They're partnering with crime prevention specialists, hosting weekly meetings and providing translation services.